Hey guys, AK Cobra here. Welcome to the Snake Pit. Today we're going to take a look at the Eachine Assassin. This is the new quad from Banggood slash Eachine. It's 180 sized, and its biggest claim to fame is that number one, it's got a GPS unit, and number two, it comes with these goggles here. So this is basically everything that comes with in the package, not including these two quads. And there's a few odds and ends, cables, and so on and so forth in there. This is the video antenna it comes with. That's what I think of that video antenna. It's crap. I don't like linear polarized. The first thing I did was change it to a circular polarized. These are the props that it comes with. They're crap too. Get some dowel props or some gem fans, and it'll probably help a lot with the jello. I've been hearing a lot of people are having problems with jello. A good part of it's probably due to those props. Like recent Eachine quads, it comes with the i6 radio, and I'm actually going to start with this because in my review on the Falcon, I kind of panned this radio a little bit, and I've actually kind of warmed up to it a bit now. I didn't like it that much with the Falcon. I just couldn't get comfortable with it for some reason. But I've been flying it with the Assassin, and I like it. It feels comfortable. I haven't actually gone in and changed the settings and changed the rates and so on and so forth yet. But I like it. In fact, I'm actually going to keep the Assassin on this radio and use it as kind of a grab-and-go quad. So I'm not going to migrate this to my Spectrum. I'm going to leave it on here. And this is going to be the radio I use it with. So I'm going to give the radio a thumbs up. I actually kind of like it now. The other thing people want to hear about, I think, is these goggles. These goggles, I have to say, I really, really wanted to like these goggles. I mean, from the outside, they look awesome. I mean, they're pretty well made. I mean, they're plastic, but still, they're compared to the foam ones, they're pretty well made. Everything's included. They get the built-in screen, the VTX. The problem is I just can't use them. When I put them on, first off, I feel like I'm looking up at the center of the screen. And it's just a little bit too close to my eyes. So I feel like I'm just getting, after about a minute, I just start to get severe eye strain from these. If I could pull them out about maybe another inch to 2 inches from my face, I think they'd be fine. But as it is, I can't. I tried to fly with them. I just can't do it. It's just too uncomfortable. So unfortunately for me, these are just going to be passenger goggles. I think for a passenger they'll be fine, because if it's somebody that's too close to their eyes, they can just pull it out an extra inch or so and watch it that way. You can't really do that when you're flying though. So for me, it's they're just going to be passenger goggles, which is fine. I mean, for included goggles, I mean, if I can get any use out of them whatsoever, that's a bonus. These are the batteries for the goggles it comes with. You can charge them by USB. They do include a USB cable. I'm not going to bother showing you that. You've all seen USB cables, I hope. So that's the fact that it comes with two batteries. That's a plus. So far we're doing pretty good. We got the radio, which is a thumbs up. We got the goggles, which is kind of a thumbs neutral, because I really can't use them as regular goggles, but they'll still be just fine as passenger goggles. So they're not completely useless for me. Then we come to the Assassin itself. And unfortunately, this is where we kind of fall down a little bit. Now, first off, just to look at the size of this guy. Okay, this is my 180 size Morphite. This is the Assassin. So as you can see, it's a true 180 size quad. It's virtually the same size. Okay, and this is the Falcon. Okay, size comparison with the Falcon. So you can see it's definitely quite a bit smaller than the Falcon. The problem, well, there's actually several problems with this. Problem number one is these 1806 motors. Okay, these motors are just fine with 5-inch props. They're also just fine with 4-inch props on 4S. But if you put them with 4-inch props on 3S, they're drastically underpowered. And you'll see when I do a flight video, I'm going to do some punch outs. And the punch outs on this thing are just laughable. I mean, it's like you know, come on, go, climb, please climb. It's like it's sad. I mean, it just doesn't have any oomph. Problem number 2. I was one of the ones that had this the GPS unit came dangling, and it was just kind of hanging off to the side. I just kind of figured out that this is where it's supposed to go, but it doesn't work. I get absolutely nothing out of the GPS. I don't know if it's I haven't actually taken this plate off to try and to mess with the plug to sit and reseat the plug or anything, but yeah, I get nothing out of it. So that's problem number 2. Problem number 3 is this PDB that has everything on it, including the ESCs and including the VTX. So what that means is anytime you fry an ESC, or if you burn out your VTX, you're going to have to replace the whole PDB. And I haven't looked into how much of a pain that is, but it doesn't look like a lot of fun to me, just looking at it. So that is definitely not good. There's also been some quality control issues with this. A couple of people have gotten the radio with this switch broken off. And this is the flight mode switch. It's the one switch you actually need on this radio to fly this thing, and that's broken off. And I've also heard of a couple of people that have already burnt out the ESCs, and so they're stuck now because you know, we don't even know what kind of ESCs it's using, or even if you can replace it in an ESC individually. So yeah, there's a few problems with this. On the plus side, it does fly very well. I was particularly impressed with the auto level mode, angle mode. That's one thing I don't like about the Falcon and its predecessor, the Racer, and it's due to the CC3D flight controller. Is it doesn't really auto level well. With the Falcon and the Racer, it feels very mushy and laggy. It works, just not that good though. This one here, in angle mode, when you have auto level on, it's nice and snappy. It follows the stick. When your stick is centered, it follows you right along, and it just feels like it's working like it's supposed to. Much more comfortable to fly it. You don't always feel like you're behind the copter like you do with the with the CC3D. So that's a good thumbs up for that. In rate mode, it flies just fine. I think it needs a little tuning. To be honest, with one battery, it's kind of hard to get much of a feel for it, to see what needs to be tuned. Plus, it's been very windy, so I haven't really looked at that yet. But yeah, it flies well, and altitude hold also works very well. That's something this has that the Falcon and the Racer don't have, is altitude hold. So that works very well. I was impressed. I hadn't actually used that on a Nazi before, and now that I have, I'm impressed with it. It works well. Another thumbs down is this battery. I understand where Eachine is going with this. I think what they're trying to do is position this as a really entry-level quad. For somebody that's coming out of the micro world or the DJI Phantom world and wants to get into these little racer-sized quads and has absolutely nothing to start with. So for that reason, I'm not really going to give the battery a thumbs down for that reason, because those people don't care that it won't work with your charger, or that you can't use your existing batteries with this. And for them, it's really easy. You just plug it in. You don't have to worry about plugs or anything like that. And it comes with everything you need. It comes with the radio, the goggles, the battery, the copter. It's all real easy to use. So I see where Eachine is going on this. They just don't really go far enough. They got these for something that's targeted at entry level. They got these manuals here, which I'll give them credit. At least the manuals exist. That's more than I could say with the Falcon. The Falcon had nothing whatsoever for manuals. So I guess you can say they're making progress there, but not good enough. The manual is very thin and flimsy and nowhere near good enough for a beginner. So they still need to do better on that. Overall, would I give this thing a thumbs up? I'm kind of neutral on it right now, to be honest. I want to like it. It's just the big thing for me right now is I think the goggles are going to be really hit or miss for people. Okay, I think maybe if you've got young eyes and don't have corrected vision, they might be okay for you. But if you're an older guy like me and you have corrected vision, I think they're just going to be very uncomfortable. And unfortunately, there's no way to adjust them. So it's really a hit or miss. They either work for you or they don't. And the other thing about it is the quality control issues. The fact that people are coming with the switch broken off on the radio, the ESCs are burning out after a couple of flights. The GPS isn't mounted properly and then doesn't work. I think Eachine needs to improve a few things here. So for now, I'm gonna say I would hold off on this and maybe wait for a version 2. Let them improve their quality control, and I don't know what can be done about these goggles. I think again, I would take that with a grain of salt. If they work for you, great. If not, you can get a set of Quantums or something cheap enough. So I wouldn't worry about that too much, but I am concerned about the quality control on this thing. I think they really need to improve that, and to be honest, I think they need to upgrade these ESCs. These are 6 amp ESCs. I do not think those are adequate for 3S batteries, even with 4-inch props. So I think we're going to see more and more people frying these ESCs until they upgrade that. So I think if I was going to make a recommendation, it would be keep looking at it, but wait for a version 2 or a version 3. Specifically, I want to see these ESCs upgraded, and I want to see the quality control improve. So that's about it. I hope you found this useful, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.